When you're going to let Luna out, you're always going to take her out in and out the back side. I'll show you how to do that. We're always going to let Luna in and out from back here. And make sure that this shuts all the way. Make sure that all the gates shut all the way. What you always want to do is make sure that this is about 70. If this is like much less than 70, if it's too much less than 70, this might be off. This should be set at 70. So I just put minus sign, so it's at 70, plus sign 71. If for some reason this was turned off and you turn it back on, it's always going to go to high, which will make it like 90 degrees in here. So then make sure that you hit that thing back down to 70. This thing doesn't say the right temperature. This one does. So sometimes you might have to turn it to 71. If this is like 67, 68 degrees in here, you might put it to 71. But if you put it to 71 down there, this could get to 75, or so be careful. Make sure you only unplug this top one, and make sure that didn't unplug, so that is going the whole time. That unplugs my electric, so now you're safe. And then you grab it by the plastic, and then just move it off, kind of, just set it down there. So, to go in here, do not put your shoes inside here. No shoes are allowed in here. And you can kind of climb inside. So you're going to need light bleach. You're going to need paper towels. And one, maybe two, probably just one. But just bring over two just in case. You can find blankets in that top two drawers. Don't go beyond the top two drawers because those are more for puppies. So just the top. And you're going to just grab 2 blankets. Is I'll take this blanket and I kind of roll it over and kind of put all the puppies away. And you're gonna grab, can you grab me that little scrubber? So you're just gonna put a little bit of bleach here on the floor. You're gonna just give it a little scrub, and you're mostly just looking for poop spots. Sometimes it gets in the holes. So you kind of like do the holes, but like right now it looks pretty dang clean. So that's as much scrubbing as it's gonna get. Then I'm gonna wipe the bulk of this off with paper towels because if there's any poop residues, it's easier to throw it away than to get our towels. And see, it's still something wet, so I'm gonna do a little bit more with paper towels. It's easier to throw the paper towels away than to have to wash a million. We wash them anyways, but then they're not quite so poopy when we're throwing them in. Kind of just go up a little bit underneath there. Now, you little monster, you gotta get in. Go ahead and turn it off for a sec. Okay, so then I'm gonna take this, and they don't have to be 100% long. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do it all the way big. So I'm gonna put it down here, and I'm just gonna throw that kind of over the babies, and not moving my feet so I don't accidentally step on a baby. And then put that there. And now I'm going to move all the babies onto the clean side. 1, 2. When you're picking them up, they should all kind of be, heavy and acting like the same. They're kind of wiggling around. If one's like light as a feather or skinny or isn't moving very well, it's just basically not like the others. Kind of like Sesame Street. Which one's different? If one's significantly different, then you've got to let me know right away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who's hiding? There you are. 8. There you go. Then we'll grab this yucky, dirty stuff. And I'm going to kind of roll them up again on this side. They're getting hard. Right? And then you can drop this over the fence into your bucket. And then you're going to just do a little bit. So this is a bad thing. You gotta cut that out And then we won't use this one again. So ones that have holes, if there's like a hole or a string, something more like that, the puppies will find a way to hang themselves, to kill themselves. They're on a mission to kill themselves until they're at least a year old. All right, and that's how you clean the puppy pool. All right, always make a look around after you clean the puppy pool. Pull this back and you can see this heater. So there's only a 1 on there, which means there's only 1 hour left. I think it's all in Chinese. We don't really know for sure. And it's at 33. It should be at 32. But if it's only got a little bit of time left, turn it off. Turn it back on. It's blinking. I like that it said at 12. Good. And then I'll just check. It's at 32. 31 or 32 is fine. So when you first turn it back on, that number is going to say what the temperature is right now. So when you hit up or down, it'll show you like what you've set it for. But sometimes you're like, I set it at 32, but when I take my finger off, it says 28. That's because it's only 28 right now. Like the pool had cooled down to a 28. So just make sure it's set right. And then make sure you take a look around and grab like your dirty towels. Just can go in there. Your trash can's right over here. You can drop that. And then make sure to take this stuff out with you and just take a look around, make sure there's nothing weird, and that there's water filled up there. And then lean over this way so you can see there's water filled up there, and then show her where the waters are down there. The water, pure water, is the top shelf up there. That's just for filling up dog's water. And then the bleach goes, set that down there, I'm trying to use it. And then that there too. And then the bleach and the paper towels go there. The Lysol wipes are for your hands when you're done. I think that's it. Oh, and I'm going to show her how to redo this. Okay. So grab one of these towels from over here. And you can just set it there for now. And then go ahead and hold that. Go ahead and turn it off. Put her in here. And this has got bleach already in the water. Come on. There we go. She's already got bleach water. We got to keep her for at least 30 seconds. So what I'm going to try to do is get her foot. I'm just going to kind of like rinse that foot and kind of get in the fingers there. And rinse that foot and kind of get in the fingers there. And then it's deeper on this side because of the slant. So I'm going to just kind of stick my fingers in there. You're a good girl. And then we're going to go in here. She says, ooh, that cold. That cold. Turn yourself around in deeper water. Here we go. There we go. That's a good girl. So and then you want to just kind of let her sit in there for a little bit longer. It's a minimum of 30 seconds, but usually I go a little bit longer. So by the time I kind of rub everybody's kind of feet a little bit, let her sit there. Just kind of desanitize her feet. You're a good girl. She's a good girl. And then we'll bring her out here, and we're just gonna towel them dry, good, and kind of rub a little bit in between those toes, just a little bit, and then kind of move the towel around each time so you're not putting the same dirty spot on the towel back. And the towel drying is actually pretty important because that actually kind of wipes the germs off and the dirt off better. Yes, you can see getting some of that on the towel. Hey, and then there you go. Okay, then you put her back. Good girl. Always make sure when you're putting her back that she's got water there and that this door is shut very well. And then you can see that drying her feet off really makes a difference because that's what really kind of wipes the dirt off. This was left inside, so that's why you gotta take a look around and really look because the dog can chew this up and make some big problems. Come back in so that she has a few minutes to clean your puppies and look at them. Then I'm gonna want to see which one of her breasts really need to get done the most. You'll feel this right underneath her armpits is her first one, and then the next one's down. And if they all feel kind of even, then it doesn't matter. But sometimes this second breast here will be problematic. It'll be kind of hard and heavy, and that's when we've got to make sure that one gets done. They all feel about the same. So you're going to move the puppies out, and then you can just tell her to lay down. If she doesn't want to, you can pull this foot out a little bit. Lay down. There we go. And then you're going to kind of pull this leg out too, so that you can get the whole bottom row first. And then what I'll usually do is I'll take these most aggressive wild guys, and I'm going to put them behind my back so that we want to get this bottom row down first, so that if they all get on the top, then we can't get them all milk. So I'm going to put this guy behind my back. Some of them like just won't latch on to the bottom. They're just like they're just gonna keep fighting it. And if they're doing that and everybody else is coming over, then it's like, okay, I'm gonna put you behind my back. And I'll give this guy a try. They're kind of like the zombies from the night. See like how this one's kind of being a little pest? Sometimes if you turn them on their side, that helps a little bit. But it's like, hey, if you're not gonna figure that out, I'm gonna put you back here. Let's try someone who will. Here you go. Right there. You got it. There we go. There we go. And then this one slid off, so I want to kind of keep these bottom ones going and make sure everybody's kind of on good. And then whoever's kind of the most obnoxious one, just pull them over. And I'll put them on food. Like, since that one's like the one that's probably the most problematic, I'm going to go with right here. These ones are easier to go, but sometimes somebody will come off, so you got to kind of fix somebody first. There you go. So this guy came out from underneath, I believe, yeah. So I want to make sure that that bottom booty gets covered. And see, they're frustrated right now because the milk's not really dropping. It takes a while, and so they're going to be all like frantic and wanting to go here and there. But the more puppies you have on, the harder it is to get that bottom row. Because once we got this many on, if someone pulls up from the bottom row, it's a lot harder to like part the Red Sea to try to find the ones on the bottom. And then the best thing is to not talk when you're here, and just be calm and pet her. It'll help her milk drop. You can see that they're all struggling right now and they're all kind of mad. They're not happy. You'll know when the milk comes. See how their personality, they're like spinning their legs up and they're sucking. If the guy wasn't blowing, you could hear them gulping. All their tails are sticking out like crazy. You can really... And they're not frantic, they're just pushing and gulping, gulping. Like this one I think is off. I'm gonna pull him. And you want to get this top booby, and they're inverted, so you kind of need to just pull it open a little bit. So see how that lifts it up, and then stick a puppy on it, and then once the puppy latches, let go, even if you have to do it again, because if you're holding it tight, open, the puppy can't latch. So you gotta like do it that, once they get their mouth on, they feel that thing, then let go, and then hopefully they'll stay. And then don't let anybody knock this one puppy out, because the front two breasts are both inverted and they have a harder time. So once they go frantic, see like they're all gulping like crazy and now they're all kind of frantic, then get somebody on that very front boob at that point, and then just make sure nobody pushes that dog off that boob. So I'm like using my hand as so I have an open booby there, so if I see somebody's like not finding a booby, like this guy, I can tell he's not finding it. I can stick him right there. Right here, right here. And then I just try to keep her calm, because when they get frantic, and sometimes she wants to get up and move around. You just want to, sometimes she'll try to, you know, just push that shoulder down and just kind of keep her down. Like this guy has no idea what he's doing. Let's just put him over here. The milk was just flowing like crazy, so they're all happy. And now most of the milk's gone and they're only getting little teeny sips, and that's pissing them off. They're like, how come it's not working? How come it's not working? So they're looking around for a better boob. Well, the only better boobs were those front two that didn't get sucked, because they did have a milk drop and no one sucked them. So all the other ones are like weak. So if they keep nursing long enough and she's relaxed enough, they will have a second milk drop where everybody gets comfortable. Like now they're kind of getting comfortable with the milk's not dropped. You'll see how quiet it is. And their tails are kind of more mellow. Their tails are all kind of down. They're kind of quiet. So they're getting a little something, and they've realized that they're going to have to wait. She'll tend to more want to yank it from you, so I just kind of like support it and put my hand on her shoulder. And then if she's being calm, I'll pet her. Oh, they're just getting tired of looking. This one you can tell he's got this big old fat belly. It's my boy. That's Joseph. So he probably sucked so good. He's pretty fat. So if he keeps trying to just scooch off and give up, then I'll just put him off to the side. I mean, they're all kind of really working at it. Puppy, and then no marks at all is 6 puppy, and those are all the females. Now see, that one fell off, but he's just like, oh my god, I'm stuffed. Like he's not trying to get back at all. But I almost think there's a milk drop about to start because the way they're acting. Back on. My second girl, she's pretty big, and then if you just pick them up like this, you can kind of, that's got a nice big stomach. So if there's another milk drop that full on goes on, there's a booby, I'd be more concerned about this one because she's smaller. But as you pick them up and you're trying to put them back on, they're just kind of like limp. You know, they're not like really even going for it. That means that they're pretty full. I see how she's just like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to keep trying for a little while because she's smaller and there's still a lot going on. Lean up on. I don't like them trying to scooch behind her, so if they try to scooch behind her, don't get them. Maybe just in case. So when they're at this point, and there's just a bunch of them, like I don't want them to get behind, so this one's being obnoxious. These guardrails help a little bit, but not totally. So I'm gonna just put her like over here. And then always check that heating mat we just did an hour ago, so I'm not worried about it, but you should feel when you're sitting down here that it's warm. I'm gonna put you over here. Stay. Make sure that you restart this. So see how I've got the little wiggle butts because it's cute? Does kind of make it a little bit of a pain. So just make sure that this is up above. And then you just pull it and set it there. And then make sure these doors are shut. Everywhere you go, make sure doors and latches are shut. Especially because the little dogs, if the little dogs get into those puppies, they will think that they're squirrels and they will kill them. Molly, definitely. And then, and the big dogs will just play with them. Like a toy, like a chew toy. Oh, they squeak, have fun. Let's make it scream. Make sure that that gets plugged back in. We're good. Always stays open so that she can get outside over there. Make sure that these ones get shut, and then you plug that back in and that is on, like setting at 71 or so. So make sure that you pull this door all the way shut because that little thing to keep the cold weather out makes it a little bit hard. So just make sure you pull that door shut. And then the dirty laundry goes in this basket right there. All right.